Okay, video number 2. Know your stuff. One of the really cool things about being a guest on a podcast is it is an opportunity that somebody is giving you to showcase you, how fantastic you are, how fabulous you are, and to position yourself as an authority, a thought leader, and a rock star in every way, shape, or form. So it's important to know in advance and understand. Most podcasts will send out in advance. Here are the questions that we're going to cover. Here are the topics or the themes that we cover. And make sure that you have some key points that you want to share to support those topics so that you're having a dialogue and a conversation with the host, and you're not doing the thinking on the fly and having awkward pauses during the recording. Different podcasts present in different ways, and sometimes you might need to do a little bit of research, right? Again, I mentioned before, watch or listen to a couple of episodes so you understand the format and style. But if the things that you want to talk about are going to require data, right, make sure that you've done your research in advance. What quotes do you want to share? What statistics? What were the sources? Have that information available for you so that you can refer to it if you need to. But so that you are contributing to the conversation in a natural flow. Some podcasts are designed where it is purely an interviewed format, questions and answers. But more and more, as a host, we're trying to create that sense of a dialogue. So we are giving you this stage, this microphone, this opportunity to share. And in many instances, we're going to let you and encourage that you talk on at some length about the subject that you're covering. And that will allow the host to sort of sit silently and nod and be supportive, but give you an opportunity to showcase your expertise, your charisma, your knowledge, everything that you are and how wonderful you are, so that the audience might want to get to know you more, engage with you, and possibly procure your product or service. So make sure that you're well situated to hit those key points. If you have a little, bit of a story that you like to tell, make sure that you understand and use it appropriately. Think about questions that you would like to have asked of you. I don't know that I said that well, so I'll try it again. Have questions prepared that the host can ask you. That tees you up to highlight an upcoming event, a book launch, a speaking endeavor, a new product or a service that you're taking to market. As a host, they are always going to ask at some point in the prep, are there things that you would like to cover? Take control of the narrative and be prepared to share the things that are important to you. When you're having the dialogue and having the conversation, and we're starting to have those questions and answers, right? People love to hear stories. Stories and anecdotes make you more relatable. They make the topics that you're talking about more real to the audience. And so make sure that you have a list and a collection of stories that you like to play with. They need to have a specific purpose. They need to be relevant to the topic at hand. And right, that story needs to have structure. There needs to be a beginning, a middle, and an end. And there has to be the why are you sharing it with us? So the stories are important, and it's important that you prep them and that you practice them. You don't want to over practice, right? They still need to be relatable and you need to be authentic, but you have to be able to make that connection, why the story is relevant. And so taking a few minutes to have that one or two that you like to use, right? So that you have a little outline of what it is, the beginning, the middle, the end, that point that you really want to drive home, helps it come out more naturally, helps it flow more effectively, and lets you really take control of the microphone time. So those are some tips and tricks about being able to know your stuff and be well positioned to be a good, active podcast guest. The next video, probably coming out next week, will dig in a little bit more into the story of your personal narrative and why that's so important.